control of the people, corrupt government, and cashless societies. It blows me away at the stories that comes across our news every day. We wake up in this beautiful world, and then we have to also wake up to some politicians that are trying to take advantage of us. Let's talk about 3 stories today that I think you should be aware of. I'm hoping you're gaining wisdom from it, and personally, I hope you're pushing back from the narrative that this is the right way. So today's video is going to be a good one. We're going to be talking about 3 things that the Biden administration is doing that is going to affect you no matter which way you look at it. It's affecting you now and will affect you in the future if we don't do something about it. Today's video starts right now.
I'm on a one-way track. Now I know what it means to grow.
Well, good morning. It is a rainy day here in South Mississippi. A beautiful day though, so I love to see that we are having some rains. We need it, our gardens need it, our animals need it, and hey, I got all the hay up so it doesn't matter anymore. Thank you so much for being here. We hope that you are enjoying the Max channel. If you're new to our channel, please go down here, press subscribe, ring the bell, and give us a thumbs up or down, but leave us a comment below what you think about this video and others just like it. So today's video is going to be about 3 regulatory or secretive things that the government is doing, especially Biden's administration is doing, that should scare you just a little bit. As a conservative Christian, as someone who really wants freedom and liberty to reign forth, I really think that you should be aware of this and hopefully hold your politicians to a better standard than this. And I really hope that you would email and call your politicians and say, we don't want this. So let's jump right into it. So number 1 would be our energy situation. Energy crises are going on all over America and all over the world. We're seeing energy bills go nuts. But here's the study. The study shows that the policy that Biden is pushing, let me read this. Biden's energy policies will cost the U.S. economy $100 billion a year. Now that is a study that shows with him taking away the petroleum reserves, him not pumping as much fuel, us paying more for the fuel that we're buying, and also having some of the issues with the green energies and the fact that we're having some drought, so we're having to compensate for that. $100 billion a year. That's crazy. So if you don't think that you're going to feel the energy problems and the energy crisis in your wallet, you will. I know my energy bill has went up. I know the fuel that I buy is going up. I know the natural gas and the propane tanks that I buy are going up. So you can't tell me you're not feeling that too. The scary thing is now we've depleted a lot of our reserves and we're not pumping as much. And now OPEC and OPEC Plus is saying we're not going to pump. We're going to pump 2 billion barrels less than what we were doing. And all of a sudden now our administration is mad that Saudi Arabia and the rest of OPEC is not wanting to pump as much. They're begging and pleading for more oil to be pumped. All the people who say that we shouldn't be pumping on the fossil fuels out of the earth, we're begging other countries to do it in a less environmentally friendly fashion, and we're not allowing Americans to have jobs, and we're paying more for energy. Do those things really add up? Do you honestly believe that this administration has our best interests at heart when it comes to our energy? $100 billion a year is what it will cost the USA, America, and the people of America for energy. That's crazy. Second thing that should just ring home to us is we've always talked about centralized currency, decentralized currency, stockpiling certain kinds of precious metals and having assets. Well, one of those forms that a lot of people pushed for was crypto. Now, I'm not saying I'm for or against crypto. I have some crypto, but it's not an end-all be-all. But what I'm saying is if we see a decentralized currency, it tends to be more of our bartering things, some of the precious metals, and then you look back at crypto. Well, all of a sudden, guess what? The Biden administration is now going to regulate or try to regulate crypto and cryptocurrencies. This is the first ever framework by any government entity to push on cryptocurrencies. And here's the thing that scares me, is their reasoning behind it is because they want to help adults see the risk in the investments of cryptocurrency. Isn't that so nice? That is so nice of the government to watch us and make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing with our money and not investing in decentralized currencies. They don't want you taking the risk of decentralized currencies. However, we can allow our children to change genders if they want to. We can allow money to flow to other countries without us really knowing it. We don't know what foods are safe for us to eat, but we believe that food grown in a lab is safe for us and we're just supposed to trust the government. We're not even going to talk about the pandemic and some of the things around it. So do you believe that they're really looking out for our interest? It's scary that now they're starting to take over even a decentralized currency, or gonna try through executive orders, executive powers. I've talked about this before. A terrible way of doing. I feel like we're in a dictatorship where any administration thinks that they can just rule over the people and make all these policies and regulatory bodies. Even though some of those things won't stand up in court, what happens is they push so much pressure on all this, and guess what? It affects us and affects how our money is run, and it scares us. It's a scare tactic. So now, are you going to invest in crypto? You see it going down, and also now government is wanting to regulate it more. That kind of makes a little fear for people to say, you know, I don't know if I need to invest in that. Let's look at other alternatives. It's kind of like how the government now is putting all these plans in place to digitize a centralized currency. So if they can take away the decentralized currencies such as crypto or Bitcoin or some of the other Dogecoin or whatever you're invested in, if they could take away that or scare it or manipulate it enough, then it makes the centralized currency look even better. Not that I'm for digitized money. I believe that we need cash. I believe we need to know that our money is not always computerized and can be hacked, or that anyone knows where our money is being spent, government or big business. I think it's a wrong approach. That's what scares me about PayPal. You hear what they've been doing. That scares me. But to say the government now is going to regulate a decentralized currency does make me say, wow, that's a little overreaching. And what is safe? Digitized currency is coming along. They're pushing for it. They're destroying our dollar. Decentralized currency is now being regulated. It can be kind of scary out there, guys. So now what do you invest in? I go back to food, bartering items, go back to all our stockpile videos. I really think you need to be looking at options like that, because you've got to take care of your family. You can't eat dollar bills, you can't eat crypto, but you can eat food and you can protect what you have. Look at some of those options. It's starting to rain a little harder, so I'm gonna talk about the last thing right quick, the third. And this is not against just the Biden administration, but this is the regulatory body that's over us, and this is the stuff that they're pressing out. This is the scare tactics and the secrets they are holding. So you know our president and our vice president and all their families are pretty much protected by the Secret Service. They know ins and outs of everything going on at all times. There's a story that came out that said the Secret Service does not know who visits, who goes in and out, and have no record of what goes on at the weekend retreats of the Bidens, such as places like Delaware. Do you not find that a little creepy and a little secretive? We heard so much about how people did not like what leadership is doing across the world, or what our last president was doing. He was too secretive and he wasn't out front. And remember, at the start of this campaign, Biden pushed the fact that he was going to be open. He was going to let everybody see what was going on. He wanted to be clearly in front of the American people. Well, the man has literally got dementia, first and foremost. But who is coming into the house in and out? Is it international folks? Is it business folks? It could be his grandchildren, like they always say, coming and visiting on the weekends. But why does our Secret Service not have that information? They tend to have it on everybody else. We tend to raid other people. We tend to know what everybody else is doing. Why do we not know what the president and who he's visiting with, especially with some of the history that we are now hearing from his family? What are we doing? At least someone of not the deep state should know who is going in and out of that home. I want privacy. I want safety and security. I don't want you to know who's visiting my house. But if I choose to say I'm going to be the president of the United States, especially like Biden, Trump, Obama, whoever, Bush, you're putting yourself in the spotlight. We should know a lot about who visits with you, because that is going to manipulate what's to come. It's just like a lot of these politicians. A lot of these politicians make $100,000 a year, which is a lot of money, but somehow they end up coming 10 or 15 years later being quasi-millionaires. Does that make sense? Backdoor meetings really help America grow? So let's recap right quick. Number one, we're losing money hand over fist because of our energy policies. As a country and as a person, you are feeling the problems of energy. $100 billion a year. Secondly, to see that decentralized currencies and other avenues of payment, such as crypto, now is going to be regulated. We see Starbucks not carrying cash. We see a lot of places that are not wanting to take cash now. The pandemic brought that in. It's so easy just to swipe or use your phone. We're being manipulated now to where we're seeing that digitized currency was a good thing, quote unquote good thing. We used it for crypto. Well, if they can become regulated, then it allows the government to step in and say, hey, we have this other option that's even better than crypto. It's called centralized digital currency. And thirdly, not to know who goes in and out of visiting with the president and the weekend retreats, and the Secret Service has no recollection or knowledge of that. Well, talk about protection and security now. That's a little concerning. Is there any secret deals happening? I don't know. How would we know? We don't know who's visiting with the president. I just think that's a little sketchy, a little crazy. So I would say that about any president. So I'm not picking on Biden, but I am saying all of these three things, if any administration was doing this, I think we need to bring attention to it and gain wisdom to find out what we could do to make it better. Our goals are not to be in captivity with our government. Our goal is not to be overregulated by our government. Our government is not supposed to be doing secret things behind Americans' back. That's the whole point of us setting up America, to be free. So I don't understand this. But hey, give me your thoughts. Tell me what you think about our energy policies. Tell me what you think about the cryptocurrencies and the regulations they're wanting to push on it. Tell me what you're thinking about places not taking cash. That's another part of number 2. Number 3, tell me what you think. Is it right for the president, who is willing to be on this world stage and willing to be seen all the time, to not know who's visiting with him on the weekends, not even the White House, away in Delaware? Is that good policy? If other presidents were doing that, was that good policy? I don't think so. To me, if we put ourselves out and we're saying we want to be free, then we're private citizens, we're free. If we choose to be public servants and collect public dollars and work for the public, then we choose to be spectated upon. And I believe the American people should know who goes in and out to see the President of the United States, the most powerful man in the world. So give me your thoughts, let me know what you think. I know it's crazy out there, but every time I get to see this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful land that we live on, it makes me so thankful and so happy to know that God has blessed us with it. I think we need to do a better job of taking care of it, and gaining wisdom from what some people who are maybe not doing the right things, what they're doing, and we should know about it. Hopefully we can correct it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. You hear there is a logger next to me in the forest. I'm glad I got my work done before it started raining, but it looks like he's gonna be caught by the rain. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think. God bless you. Happy Wednesday, y'all.
Yeah, it is just enough to get